Hello, hello, hello. It is a beautiful day today, and I absolutely love it. And my baby dog and I are chilling, literally chilling because it's cold. But I have the heater on, and the blue god is over the treetops. He is literally over the roof, in joy, spreading his wings like an angel in the cloud, and it's gorgeous. And blue god is here, always there in the paintings. Yes, baby dog. And the baby dog just made love in the literal sense, not in the sexual sense. He made love as in loving and cuddling and kissing with Paul on the couch, and I took photos for my brother. I'm not allowed to put that on social media because he does not like to be shown. He doesn't want people to know who he is and how he looks like. So, and I have to respect that, but I can send the photos to my brother and my parents. And I think those are lovely photos. And maybe I'll send one to Jennifer. So, Jennifer is an angel soul rescuing dogs. And I just said to Paul, when he was cuddling with the baby dog, he held him like this, had his arms around his belly like this, and he was leaned against Paul backwards with the neck up like that, as he always does. And he puts his neck all the way back like this. They always did, all the bulldog type of dogs. Put the neck all the way back. Yes. Oh. Yeah. Oh. Put the neck all the way back. Yes. Yes. Chicken there. There's some chicken. Chicken. And this hair color is wonderful. A wonderful hair color. A little bit bluish almost. Little bit bluish beige. A blue beige. Very nice. Blue beige. I love that color. Looks like leather. It's a beautiful, beautiful coat. Very, very short coat. With a bluish beige, like the rug in the living room. He is a total match. He's a color match to this house. He wants me to French kiss, but I don't want to French kiss right now. Yes, we don't want to French kiss right now, but I feel so good. The little whiskers, the little whiskers, the way that feels on the skin. Oh yeah, it feels so good, very tingly. Oh yeah, tingly. He feels real tingly right now. Oh yeah, feels so good. Making love with Paul on the couch. What better thing to do on a day like today? I don't even know what day it is. It doesn't matter what day it is. It does not matter when you make love. It never matters what weekday it is. Yes. Oh yeah, I also have to clean the ears with my diatomaceous earth waxy cream. Yes, go into the ears. And yeah, you like that. You have the ears cleaned. Yes, when I say that, he likes that. Oh yeah, it feels so good. I have the ears cleaned out with a rolled tissue. I roll a tissue. I dip the tissue into my self-made diatomaceous earth cream, And then I gently go into the ear canal with that, very gently. And gently twist the cream into the ear canal. Yes. Yes. The light is coming from there, that looks better. You can see the color of the coat. Oh, this feels good. Oh, that feels so good. Oh, 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 oh. That feels good. Yes. Yes, look at that nice pillow head. A cushioned pillow head is that. Very nice. That feels so good. Oh, baby dog. Alright. Alright. So I hope he does not trip over the cord because the computer is still charging. Today is Saturday, June 18. Okay. So, and it is 1:44. The animal angels sent us a hug from above. They said, spot on. Love making, that is the meaning of life. The meaning of life is love, okay? And we are in the process of getting everything out of this house. As you can see, we got Tupper containers. We're gonna have to get more Tupper containers. So, this fell. Okay. I hope he doesn't trip over my cord now. It already fell on the floor. I didn't want that to happen. But anyway. So, it's real nice outside. Wonderful. So, when Paul was cuddling with the baby dog, I said to him, I wished that all men in the world could see this, but he doesn't want to be shown. I wanted to make a video of that. Too bad he doesn't want me to show this. That would be such a good video. But, I show myself cuddling with him, but then again, that's society is on board with that. But society is not all societies are against men cuddling with the dog, but the majority of men in the world think this is somehow girly, or it could make them become gay, which is totally ridiculous. Nothing can make you become gay. So I'm gonna talk about that too in a moment, but because I need to inform people about the facts of biology. Okay, but this is a mental illness, and it's a collective mental illness also. When men have this kind of fear of being seen as soft or sweet. Baby dog, don't trip over there. Oh, that's what I was afraid of. Okay. Alright. That's not easy. The computer is charged now, but I'm gonna leave it plugged in anyway. So men think that they cannot be seen in a soft way by others, because then the other men will make fun of them. Women are not gonna make fun of you, okay? So women are gonna like you for that. They're gonna trust you. They're gonna say, "Oh, I like that guy. He's relaxed, He's not afraid of what other people think of him. He is loving. He puts love over everything else. He is safe, He's a good father material for my animal and my child." So that's what women are thinking, okay, just in case you're interested. So what other men are thinking is, okay, the brain is fragmented, okay, in most people, particularly in men. So men have one part of their brain is once the relaxation, the love, feeling safe, and all of this, right? And the other part is the ego part. Like they want to be seen as masculine, as tough, and all of that. And they don't. The way they have been conditioned is they have been conditioned to believe that being masculine and tough means they can never cry. That means they can never be nice to anyone. They can never be nice to a woman or an animal. They can never be shown cuddling. They can particularly never be shown hugging a man. I've seen two straight men hug each other at the center in LA. So at the Primal Center in LA, Dr. Arthur Janoff's Primal Treatment Center in LA, where I studied under Dr. Arthur Janoff while he had still school, and he was still training people to become therapists. And I was in that training program for over 2 years. And there were while we were all trainees at that time, we were about 100 people. That's a very limited amount of people only. So, and then later on when he opened up the clinic, then that's when a whole lot more people came in. But at that time we were about 100 trainees, and we had all of our sessions together, the group sessions together. We had the training classes together, and during those group sessions, they cried a lot. There was jealousy going on between the men and all of that. And after they cried their eyes out, and they went into all 3 stages of consciousness: conscious awareness in the brain, present, childhood, birth, infancy. So then they came back out and they made their connections to the present time. They saw how the present triggers were interconnected with the past, and they felt relaxed. They felt like, now I understand, now I see the other, I see you, I see what you're feeling exactly what I feel. And the other one said the same thing, and they hugged each other for a long time, just standing there in the room while they were crying, both of them, with really red, swollen face and eyes. And to me, this was beauty, to see that 2 40-year-old, burly, masculine, fully straight men, very, very into women, and very, very, and that's why they had this jealousy and this, they had this competition and all of that going on, and it pressed on their childhood trauma. They went through it, they felt it, they came back out. They saw each other for who they are. They knew they loved each other as friends. We were a big family, and they hugged each other, big bear hugs. And to me, that was beauty, to see 2 40-year-old men hug each other like this, straight men. It's beautiful to see, This is the world I want to see. I want to see a world where a man like Paul, or any man, can sit on the couch, lean back, and have his baby dog in his arm. The baby dog leaned back, totally relaxed, feeling safe with him, nuzzling him, licking him in the eye and into the nose, into the ear, and this total oneness, the total unity, of love. There is nothing girly, there's nothing sexual, there's no social interpretation into it. This is a fully straight man, very, very, very masculine, very, very bachelor. If I wasn't here, the house would be, a complete chaos. Everything would be so dirty, you have no idea, if I wouldn't be living here. Okay, the total typical straight man who has his mind on electronics and those kind of things. It couldn't be any more masculine. Okay, so we've done a test. We've done the gender test for the brain. He scores at the extreme masculine end. Okay? And I score at the extreme feminine end. And that's a beautiful thing, to be fully this or the other. Okay? And every person, I'm going to get into this in a moment, every person who doesn't have that should never be ridiculed, because it is horror to not have that, to not be a manly man or a girly girl. Okay, so anything in between on that scale, between the two polarized genders, okay, for anyone to be in between there, it is massively difficult, horrific. Do not make fun of those people. Okay, this is they were born that way. Something went wrong in the womb with the mother. I get into this in a moment, because I think it's important to talk about this off and on, to straighten out the facts, okay, so that people finally stop making fun of other people who may be different to them in one way or another, and particularly when it comes to the gender scale. I see such enormous mocking and bullying going on, and so many people committing suicide. Not just because of the situation that they already have, but they're being bullied and mocked on top of this hardship that they already experience. So they feel like this world is not working out for them. Okay, and that's a horror. That's an absolute horror. But let's zoom back in to the fully straight man like Paul. And I wished I could show this, how Paul's face was relaxed. He looked like a completely different person. He normally has this facial expression always a little bit clenched. Like this, like he has to control things, everything. When I first met him, he had a burglar alarm in his room, even where he was living in the same house with his dad. In his room, you come in and there's a burglar alarm looking at you from the corner, and one wall was just completely plastered with weapons. I said, this isn't gonna work. If you want me in your life, you're gonna have to take these weapons off. To me, that's not artwork. That's a reminder of violence. It's okay to have weapons to protect yourself, but keep them somewhere hidden away. We don't have to constantly be reminded of the possibility of having to defend yourself, or be reminded of what weapons have already done in history. Okay, so I don't want to see weapons. I want to see flowers. I want to see artwork. I want to see love, I want to see the papa dog and Kenny and Paul and Nicola and Flowers and the baby dog, you know. I want to see the sky. I want to see pink. I want to see happiness, okay? So I want to smell happy smells, perfume oils and tree resins and tree needle perfume oil absolutes and all of that. That's what I want to smell, and that feels really, really good. Yes, the floor is a mess, but yeah, we are straightening everything out. We're getting everything sorted out into these big storage containers. And the blue ones from Sterilite, they work really, really well. They're really handy and practical. The other ones are a little bit more cumbersome. The lids are harder to take on and off. But those blue ones are really nice. I recommend those. I already filled one container. I put it in my room. I'm gonna stack them up in my bedroom once I have filled my containers. And we're gonna have to get everything out of here. And except for a couple of things that I'm leaving in this house that are too difficult to carry anyway. I have a memory foam bed that stays here. That is impossible to carry. I mean, I guess 10 men only could carry that thing. So that's so humongous. That's a 12-inch mattress and it weighs like 2,000 pounds or something. Like, it weighs as much as a horse. So, no, I can't. I'm not gonna risk my carpal tunnel. I have already risked my carpal tunnel. When we moved in here, I carried up Paul's memory from upstairs, and that did it. And after that, I couldn't move my left wrist, my left arm, the entire arm. I could not even move my little finger. This was so inflamed. This was hurting so much. I could not move my left arm at all for whole months. And I knew if I go to the doctor, what is he gonna do? He might put a cast on it and then it will be itching. No. He might give me some kind of medication that's just bad for the liver, that doesn't do shit. So no, I did nothing. I just kept my arm. I created my own cast with rags, and I kind of tied this to the side or so that I wouldn't move my arm. It was very difficult under the shower particularly, but I managed to do it, and after months it was healed by itself. But I learned my lesson. I'm not going to carry really enormously, impossibly horse weight type of things anymore. I'm not going to do this. I have carried this recliner chair up and down by myself. I can do these kind of things. That was heavy enough, but I cannot carry a memory foam mattress. So that's just, they're way, way, way too heavy. So yeah, some things stay here, and we're gonna get this house straightened out. We're gonna put it on the market for 600,000. So we already knocked 200,000 off. I originally wanted 800,000, but because the deck is broken and people are gonna have to hire a contractor, probably Jamie down the street there. I don't know how much Jamie will charge. I recommend to people if you want to hire a contractor, don't have an open end contract where the contractor can say, but I had to charge more, and this here cost more, and I figured out this was more, and we had to add this cost now because of this, and they can just endlessly bring up the price until you're at over 100,000, okay, for a major outside remodeling job. So no, That's not. They did this to Pamela Anderson. They literally charged her a house and a Rolls Royce. Okay, until she finally had to fire that contractor, and that was really difficult too. So don't do this. You have to probably hire someone by the hour, but that person has to have their own homeowners insurance or contractors insurance or something like this. You have to make them sign a waiver of liability that if they hurt themselves, that you cannot be charged for this. In the United States, this is going on all the time. I mean, a violent criminal can come to your property in California, break his leg, and sue the shit out of you, out of your bank account. I mean, a violent criminal who came to your property with malicious intentions. He falls through even if he falls out of his own wrongdoing, he can sue you. And that's what I really, really don't like. When we have a legal system that is so completely unfair, okay, and unconstitutional also. I mean, like, all of it about the entire legal system is so unconstitutional, and that needs to be completely changed. And for that, we need a good politician like Donald Trump, Elon Musk, and Nikki Daisy. So yeah, and my haircut has nothing to do with that. Someone accused me of someone mocked my haircut and said, because of my haircut I can't be a president. Yes, I can, baby. I can with that haircut. You bet. That haircut has like nothing to do with what I am going to be managing as the president. Okay, you have no idea how I would turn this country inside out and upside down. You have no idea what I would do. Gosh, that would make people scared shitless. Now, the right people, the good people, they would be like, oh my gosh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. The crooks, they're shitting in their pants. Okay, trust me, they would. I don't need to say any further about anything in detail about this. Okay, so I leave this up to your imagination. But yeah, unfortunately, it's not one person, who gets into the office. There are thousands of people surrounding that person, and then they have this entire Senate. They're putting pressure on that one person. They can even kick that person out. They can do all kinds of things. They can vote things in, and so the president has a very limited range, kind of like the king in the chess game, so. But that's why I need to become the dictator, so I can be the queen in the chess game. Because the queen in the chess game, anyone who knows the chess game, the queen can walk all the way across the chessboard in each lane, in the side lanes and in the straight lanes, so all the way across until she hits a pawn, or she hits the king from the opposition, or she hits another player, and then she knocks that player out and puts herself there onto that place. That's what the queen does. The king can also kill someone, but the king can only the king has a very limited range. The king can only make one step in each direction, only one step. He is somehow handicapped or some. I don't know why that is. He's too fat, I guess. So he has the queen do the legwork. So yeah, the king can go sideways and straight, but only one step, and he can also kick one over, okay, who's in his way. Yeah, so, and that's kind of like what we have with the US presidency. So this is very limited what the president can actually do. So we can clearly see now Joe Biden is doing nothing. Okay, so the people in charge are the people behind the scene, which is the corporate agenda. Okay, that is who's running this country, and they're running it into the ground. And they're blaming Joe Biden for it. They are the chess players. They play 100 chess moves ahead. They know exactly what they're doing in terms of corruption and vested interest. They don't even think about the future at all. They don't think about they don't think about the life on this planet. They're completely, they seem to be completely disconnected from the planet and from wellness and health and so on. So for them it's just commerce and profit maximization. That's all it is. And it's sad. But I want to get back to the straight male cuddling with the dog. That is a man I love. I love Paul as my best friend. Okay, I'm not attracted to him, but that is for other reasons. Okay. Not gonna get into those reasons, of course, because that has nothing to do with this video that I'm making here. What I'm trying to emphasize on is that I love men who cuddle with dogs. Okay, there's another guy who is extremely masculine and who I am extremely attracted to, and he rescues dogs and he makes YouTube videos about this. His rescue organization is called the Asher House, and his last name is Asher, and he's originally from Florida, and they moved to Oregon. Of course, he has the gorgeous wife and everything, and they're happy, and women love men like that. And he sits on the couch like this with 100 dogs all over him, licking him in the face, and he holds the baby, any kind of baby dog, just like Paul is holding this baby dog, and kissing and making love in the true sense of the word, not in the sexual. Okay, and that's very, very wonderful. Okay, this is beyond social dictation. This is beyond social image or self-image that people have. This is when you're truly in the now moment, when you're truly connected to the other being or other beings. Okay, when it's not about sexuality or any kind of gender, whatever. No, the identification with masculinity or whatever, it just falls away in that moment. This is a moment of neutrality. This is a moment of I am here with another living being who I live for, who I love unconditionally, and I find this living being cute. And sometimes I see men making jokes on their dog videos, and they will say, "Oh, I just lost my masculinity," or something like. They mean this in a good way, of course. They mean this as a joke, but even that joke still reflects. It's still like it's a relic, you know, from that society that puts so much peer pressure on people, particularly men, and forces men into this self-image of toxic masculinity, as they call it, you know, and rightly so. They right. That's a good word. That's a good term. Toxic masculinity. Toxic masculinity in the sense, and I don't even want to give this the name masculinity, actually. So it's just toxic. It's neurotic. That's what it is. It's an ego identification with something that they think they need to be identified to, and they need to be recognized as this particular persona from society, and so on. And that's very neurotic. And out of this identification come all kinds of horrific things in society. Disconnection, cognitive disconnect. There's the empathy is over cluttered with that self-image. Then they don't feel empathy in that moment. They're too busy. The brain is too cluttered with that self-image and the self-image preservation all the time. And that causes enormous stress to the body and the system. Okay, I'm giving you facts here. This is the fact. And all along, and they think they're so masculine that they want to hold on to this masculine image and all of that. Philip Jones, perfect example here again. He wants to be the king, and he wants to be mean to women. And all along they think this is somehow appealing to women. It's not appealing to women whatsoever. Okay, women find that pukey. They see through this. They see this is ego identification. They see that you're not relaxed, you're not leaned back, you're not easygoing. You can't be trusted if you are identified with this toxic masculinity, whatever, I don't even want to call it masculine. Okay, with this toxic image that you find masculine. Women do not find that masculine. Women find that what's his first name? Lee Asher. Okay, Lee Asher and Paul Watson. Women find those men attractive. Okay, they want to be around those men that are being themselves. Okay, completely being themselves. I'm getting a little bit overheated now, as you can see, but it's okay. I already made a long video. I'm gonna wrap this up now, but yeah, I just want to really quickly get into the biology again. Stop making fun of people who are in between the genders because they already suffer. They're born that way. The mother had stress during the 3rd month of fetal development, and that can cause all kinds of things on an entire scale. So don't make fun of those people. Okay, I'm for the gay community. They deserve their rights, but okay, here's the clause. I'm against gender transformations. I'm against physical surgeries. I'm against gender operations, okay, that people have. I'm completely against it. You can call me bigoted or rigid. I don't care, So I'm against that because plastic surgery, whatever that's for, is mutilation, self-mutilation, and it is also criminal of the surgeons. Okay, it's a criminal act to mutilate someone, whatever they, even if they're on their knees begging you to do it. Don't do it, or just don't do it. Get into holistic healing instead. If you are a physician and if you are a surgeon, you need to change your job. You need to quit this and go into holistic healing. Okay? And maybe there are some things where they have to straighten out a bone in the leg or something like this. Surgery that can repair a body from fractures, something like this. Okay. I'm also against heart surgery. I'm against any kind of organ surgeries. So the only surgeries that I could say I could accept are those where a skeleton had been demolished and they're trying to put that back together. Okay, so otherwise the bones will grow together crooked and they couldn't walk, and so for that's the only way, the only surgery that I can tolerate. Okay, everything else, I'm against blood transfusions, I'm against organ transplants, I'm against all of those kind of things. Okay, absolutely. And I completely agree with the Jehovah's Witnesses on this those medical procedures, that they are absolutely unethical and they should never be tolerated. Okay. So, but that's pretty much the only thing I agree with the Jehovah's Witness on. So, and I agree with some things that the Mormons say. I'm against alcohol, I'm against nicotine, I'm against drugs. So I'm on board with the Amish people, with the natural healing and all of this. But those are the only things, and there's a whole range of other things that I don't agree with them on. Just because I agree with them on one thing doesn't mean I have to tolerate all the other stuff. Okay, so, and that's not even cherry picking. I just happen to agree with them on this one or this other thing. Okay, so I think for myself, and I want other people to think for themselves. And then if everyone thought for themselves, we could make the world a better place. If someone like Philip Jones could sit there relaxed and be himself and not worry about his self-image preservation and cuddle with a dog in the corner of the couch and hold the dog like Paul was holding the baby dog around the belly and kiss him and be your inner child, be the natural person that you are. The natural person is not interested in skin color and nationality and cultural background and religious background and whatever, or whatever ethnic identification. Your natural body and your natural mind is not interested in that, in flags and football teams and all of this, okay? Or this masculinity identification. Your natural body is not interested in this. Your natural body doesn't even want this. It's your ego that forces all of this unnatural stuff on your body and on your brain cells. Okay, I want this to be totally understood. Become the natural person. Be the natural person. You already are, but just let the ego off. Like, put the ego out of function. Okay? Say to the ego, I don't need you, ego. Okay? I want to be me. I want to be, Philip Jones, whatever your name is, whatever your names are. I want to be Nikki Daisy. I want to be me. I am me, the artist. I don't have identifications. Okay, I'm not identified. I'm not gonna wear earrings because some shit brain in society tells me I should put some fucking makeup on, and earrings or stiletto shoes and fishnet stockings. People have told me that, and I said no, and they said a woman has never told me no. Well, I said, well, now it's the first time then. Okay, I said no. Well, I will not put my feet into stiletto fucking like foot binder crippling whatever. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna walk on this. I'm not even gonna stand on this. I don't see the point. I don't have that on in bed. I don't see the I totally don't see the point in that. I know that that a lot of men have fetish, okay, so which is totally neurotic. All of this is neurotic. Okay, all of these ideas, these attributions towards a woman or towards a man. Why can't we just be us? Be the natural person that we are. Okay. I feel my divine femininity. Okay. I am my divine femininity. My whole body is that. Okay. My boobs, big and voluptuous and loving and estrogen and feminine as it gets, okay, body and brain, and it's wonderful, and I'm infinitely grateful for that, and that's wonderful, and we need to embrace that. We don't need to decorate it with earrings and makeup and stiletto shoes particularly, or some ridiculous fishnet stockings that are pressing into your cells. No, I mean stockings, okay, maybe, okay, that is nice, but they have to be comfortable. Okay, so very important. And I choose my shoes. I will wear my palest shoe source, palest shoe source, old boots that come up to that are mid calf, so, and that are comfortable. So something like this, and if I could, I would create fashion. If I had a factory, if I had sponsors, if I could get to fabric fairs, I talked about this many times, I would create fashion. Okay, I would create all kinds of amazing stuff for women, particularly because I dream about that, to make my own fashion, because I don't see. When I look on the internet, when I look into stores, even high-end stores, I don't see what I'm looking for. Not 100%, If I'm really, really happy if I see something that is even halfway what I'm looking for. So, and I even have spent more money on when I saw something that is like halfway what I'm looking for. But I can't even find a sweater. I mean, I bought 2 sweaters that are really nice, but most sweaters that I see, that's not what I'm looking for. So this sweater I like, it's nice, really cozy, but I make my own sweaters. So my message is be yourself, whether you are a woman or a man, be yourself. Have the courage to be yourself. Be your inner child. Be the natural person. The natural person, as Jiddu Krishnamurti was talking about, what Yuji Krishnamurti learned from Jiddu Krishnamurti, what he was talking about. Be the natural person. He went into jealousy fits sometimes. He was jealous of Jiddu Krishnamurti. That's not a natural state. Okay, that's a neurotic state. So we need to become aware and feel what we feel. Then we're in the natural flow of that. I feel the neuroticness. I become consciously aware of it, fully crystal clear about what's going on in my head, what my ego is doing, what I'm afraid of, what I'm feeling, what I'm actually feeling. Most people don't even know what they're actually feeling. So the first step is to become fully aware and then flow with that feeling. Feel it all the way, not acting it out on anyone else, on any being, on any plant, on any person, okay, on any animal. So you sit with it, with yourself. You're not trying to elicit something from someone else, some kind of empathy or whatever. That's an act out. You sit with it. I already have empathy for you, okay? Immediately. Sit with it. Look at my artwork. My artwork's there to give you comfort, to go through this. Okay, that's what my artwork does. And you go through it, you cry, whether you're a man or a woman, you cry through this. And you are the natural person, and then you can cuddle with an animal. And for the first time in your life, enjoy life. Enjoy the now moment with that animal. And it doesn't matter what your other gang buddies or whatever, what any of these, what your family members, what anyone says. Okay. And if they trip up because you are cuddling with an animal, then you gotta get the heck away from there, from those people. That's a red flag when someone trips up on it. You're not gonna help that person in that moment. They're too far away. They have to want to be helped. They have to want to talk to you about this. But when they're tripping up and when they're mocking you, they're very far away from the healing process, okay? That's why I'm counting on every single person who... There's a hummingbird. How cute is that? Looking into the window. Oh my gosh, hummingbird. Look at that. Now if I move the computer, the hummingbird flies off. Oh, it's that cute. Hummingbird wants to come in. Oh gosh. He wants our attention. They're smart. He wants Paul to put sugar water into the hummingbird feeder. That's what he wants to do. There's another one. Oh, so cute. So be the natural person, okay? That's the meaning of life. The meaning of life is not mocking other people or tripping up over, like Johnny Bravo tripping up over Eric Jacobs having his cat in a baby stroller. Okay, so that's tripping up over that is a waste of time and makes the world suffer, and it is stress for you. Why don't you just watch Eric Jacobs with the baby stroller and the cat in the baby stroller and say, hey, that guy can be himself. He's not afraid of other people's opinions of him. Okay, he enjoys his life fully. Okay, and if you're jealousy, you're actually jealous of him. Yeah, and if that jealousy comes up, feel it instead of acting it out, instead of shaming him, for something he shouldn't be shamed for. Okay, I hope this makes sense. All of this. Be yourself. Okay, feel what you really feel. Get in touch with your inner child, with the natural person that you are. Get in touch with that, okay? Say no, say ego, you can rest right now. We don't need your help right now, okay? So, peace and love, and relax, and be the natural person, okay?